What is going on, beautiful folks? Welcome to another episode of Mornings with Lee Hammock, your favorite self-aware narcissist. This morning, we're going to be talking about how some narcissists actually hate their parents. Hate, hate, hate is a strong word, y'all, but it is going to be accurate when speaking about how narcissistic people feel about their parents. Not every narcissist is the same, y'all. I think we've already covered that in my thousands of videos that no two narcissists are like fingerprints. No two fingerprints are going to be the same, right? Just like no two narcissistic people are going to be the same. So in the space right here, you have to understand that when you're dealing with a toxic narcissistic person, that because none of us are going to be the same, it's like dealing with two totally different people. Like none of us are the same. So there might be the narcissists out there that absolutely cannot stand, despises, loathes their parents. But then there's also gonna be the narcissists out there that might actually only care about their parents. Like their parents are like their kids or whatever. They're taking care of their parents, like their parents took care of them, blah, 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 boo, 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 beep, beep, beep. We get that right. But today we're talking about the ones that hate their parents, not the ones that love them. They hate them. Hate them. Really, why would a narcissist hate their parents? There could be a lot of different reasons, but the very first reason that comes to mind is because, in this, yeah, a lot of y'all might feel like this is justified. You know, trauma creates narcissists, right? Not every single narcissist is created through trauma, but trauma creates narcissists. And a lot of times the trauma that creates the narcissist is from the parent, right? The trauma that creates that narcissist is absolutely from the parent in this situation. So they hate the parent for putting them through certain things. They hate the parent for hurting them. They hate the parents for harming them. They hate the parents for doing this damage and doing this, like really damaging them as kids. They hate the parents for neglecting them. They hate the parents for being their parents. Sometimes it's just like you hate your parents because they're not rich and famous and can't spoil you. They hate their parents because their parents are struggling and can barely make ends meet. And sending the narcissist to school with less than stellar clothes or lunch and money and stuff like that. So you grow up coming from lack and you hate that feeling. If I hate the feeling of coming from lack, who do I blame? You see what I'm saying? If I hate that feeling of being coming from lack, who do I blame? Hmm, whose fault is it? Hmm? You see what I'm saying? So they just point the arrow at their parents. It's just like if you were better parents, then I would have more and I wouldn't be so embarrassed, you know. So they hate their parents for certain situations and things like that that might be outside of the parents' control. That might be outside of the parents' wheelhouse and things of that nature. Again, this is just speaking on that right there. Oh, that's like I said, but I'll say this as well. Just because a narcissist hates their parents does not mean that they're going to treat them bad. Let me say it again. Just because they hate the parent does not mean that does not mean that they will treat their parents badly. There are a lot of narcissists out here who feel like they are indebted to their parents. Even though they hate them, they feel like they are indebted to that parent. Like the narcissist, sometimes in these situations right here, the narcissist might actually have a narcissistic parent. And because that narcissistic parent abused them, neglected them, invalidated them, they hate them. But that narcissistic parent also instilled this kind of value in the narcissist's mind that makes it feel like, hey, you owe me. You're only here because of me. You owe me and you're only here because of me. And because you're only here because of me, you owe me your life. You are indebted to me. You need to spend the rest of your life paying off this debt, this life debt that you owe me. So even though that narcissist hates their parent, they feel like they're indebted to them and they still will do for them. This is the narcissist, right? That you're with that is talking trash about their parents consistently. You can tell that they hate their mom or dad or whoever, right? But they still do for them. They still might give them money. They still might take care of them. They still might cook for them. They still might their parent might actually be living with y'all. You see? The parent that they hate, that they cannot stand the relationship that they have, they're still living with you. They're still living with you. And you're like, what the hell? How is this possible? You know what I mean? And that type of stuff right there annoys the hell out of you. Right? It does. It can get to you. It can get inside of your head and mess with you. And it's understandable, y'all. It's absolutely understandable that you can feel a certain type of way when you see them trash talking a parent that they hate, but also putting that parent above you, putting that parent before you, and things like that. This happens to so many people. I'm just telling you, this happens to so many people in this space right here, where you're trying to like heal and grow, and then that narcissistic person has a parent that they hate to be around, and because they can't take, they don't want to take the anger out on that parent, they take it out on you. Because they hate their parent, they take it out on you. Because they can't stand that parent, they put it onto you. Like you get the bad treatment because you are the parent, right? I mean, you are you become their outlet, even though you haven't done anything to them. You become their outlet, and that's what happens to so many people because like you haven't done anything to me. You only like only thing you've done is be there for me, like through thick and thin, right? You are the one constant in their life, but they don't treat you like a constant. They treat you like you're disposable. But that parent that's been doing them horrible their whole life, they get treated like gold, and you're like, what the hell? Like I didn't do anything to you. I didn't do anything to deserve this. And again, that doesn't mean it's your fault, right? That's not your fault that you get treated the type of way. And so many people, it's hard for them to understand that it's just like, well, I didn't do anything to get treated this way, but I'm still getting treated this way. It's them taking that anger that they have for that parent out onto you, right? That's them taking that anger and that rage and that pain they have for that parent out onto you, and you become the target. You become the outlet in this situation right here. Like I tell so many people this right here in this situation over and over and over again, that this is this space that people fall into, and it's not like I said you. But also, I'll say this as well, y'all, because it's not always going to be true that they treat their parents good that they hate. There are also the narcissists out there, right, that have parents that they absolutely do hate. That they have parents that they absolutely do hate that they treat horribly. They have the parent that they hate, that they punish, that they run amok through, that they treat just like crap because of this space right here, because of this situation. They're just like, you treated me badly, you abused me, you neglected me when I was growing up. So I have to give it back to you. That happens too. That definitely happens as well. Where they treat because like because you raised me and you didn't do anything for me, and you gave me this or you gave me that, and you weren't there for me. They punish their parents, and this can also be a horrible thing to witness, especially if that parent is living with y'all. They treat that parent horribly that's with them as well, right? They do this type of stuff right here. Um, they treat that parent horribly, and they do the type of stuff to people all the time. Like they can hate their parents and treat them horribly. They don't always have to treat the parent good. Like, oh my, I owe them something. I owe my parent this. That doesn't mean they're going to treat them good. They feel like they might feel like they owe their parent. They might feel like they're indebted to their parent, but it doesn't mean that they're going to treat that parent with any type of love, any type of respect, anything on that side of things right there. So that's something you have to be kind of be wary of as well, right? This is the space, y'all. I'm just telling you. You can tell too. So I know people going to like, well, Lee, you keep talking about the narcissists hate their parents. Do you hate your parents? No, I don't hate my parents. Did I used to have a lot of hatred built into me? Yeah. Did I used to have a lot of hatred in me for my dad? Yeah, absolutely. Because he was this neglectful. He invalidated me. He didn't give me the love, care, and affection that I needed as a child. So I had a lot of hatred towards him because I could never earn that approval I could never earn his approval. So I had a lot of hatred built into me towards him. I've released a lot of that hatred. There's still residual effects. I'm 39 years old. There's still residual effects left. But I've been in therapy so long that I just don't, I actually feel bad for him because, his dad took his own life when he was a child. So he didn't grow up with a father. So he didn't know how to be a dad, So I don't, like I say, it doesn't give him an excuse. It just is, there's a reason why his mind is the way it is. He was a traumatized kid, didn't go get help, and turned into a traumatized adult that traumatized his kids. You see, it's a cycle, the cycle of abuse, the cycle of toxicity, the cycle is there. So there's things you have to think about right there. So I don't hate my dad, by any means anymore. Used to. My mom, I love my mom. Yeah, I've had my struggles over the years with my mom. But me and my mom was super close, closer than ever now. You know what I mean? I love my mom. I really do. She's an amazing woman. Um, Yeah, she's a good mom, dude. Everything she needed to do, everything she could do. And I appreciate her for that and whatnot. But if you're dealing with a narcissist that has a very unique relationship with their parents, drop it in the comment section. Do you think your narcissist loves or hates their parents, or have the love-hate relationship with their parents? Like, it's very interesting dynamic to kind of figure out in these spaces and whatnot. So I'm gonna cut this thing short, y'all. If you're in the Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas area, our next in-person workshop is coming your way, November 2nd and November 3rd in Dallas and Houston, Texas. Me and Nia Renee are taking over the space. You can go to mentalhealness.net/events to get registered up for it, y'all. It's live in-person event. It's catered to help people heal in a safe environment, in an environment that makes you, feel comfortable, where people understand what you've been through right here. Healing from Narcissistic Abuse workshops, November 2nd in Dallas, November 3rd in Houston. Y'all see the times right there. Me and Nia Renee. And less than 19 days ago, y'all. So mentalhealness.net/events. Get registered up. I will see y'all there in Texas. And as always, y'all, Mental Healness is out. Peace.
Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I am extremely grateful for you. Have no idea. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Helps reach more people. And click on the screen to watch another video or to browse through another playlist. There's also a link on the screen to check out my courses and my support groups to help you heal and understand what you've been through. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video. Peace.